Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and Dragon Lore Gaming presents a Zeri discussion. Hey everybody, welcome Dragon Champions to another Dragon Lore Gaming presents Let's Talk. We got in the XMG in the house. Thank you so much. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about the ticket crisis, and get his take on it. He was definitely in the live stream yesterday. I reached out to him actually right away for this. Welcome, Zeri.
Hey, welcome. Thanks for having me, man. It's a big honor to be here. Appreciate it.
Hey, we appreciate you too. So what we're kind of doing is a little bit different today. As you can see in the chat, Danger tells us that the game is down. We saw that. I can't access the game. So what I'm doing is actually just playing some gameplay from when I used to stream on Twitch, some Call of Duty Black Ops 4, and, just playing some, highlight gameplay from then. And so just kind of give you guys something to watch and kind of, do while we're going to discuss this topic. My thoughts, of course, have evolved on this. I'm not sure that they're going to be any more or less popular than what they were, but they certainly have evolved. Zeri, of course, you put out a video and you gave your thoughts on this, and I invited you on so you could give you a format so you could spend the time to talk about how you feel about the ticket situation. And so without further ado, tell us if you don't know, and I'm sure you do. Let's just talk about it for a second. The developers came out yesterday with a patch. The patch that came out, basically the patch note just said they added a premium feature and they got rid of some tickets. That's it. Nobody quite understood that it meant that you were not going to auto battle if you were free to play. They didn't say that. They did not come out and say, this is what we're going to do. They did not come out and say, anything other than just a blurb in there. Right? Many people are upset by this. Zeri, you put the first video out, your video, you said, look, I got to talk about sim tickets. This is a great patch, but I got to talk about sim tickets. You didn't want to talk about it. Of course, everybody knows I screwed it up. All right. I thought, this is fixed. No big deal. And I reserved judgment for it. I was wrong, because it is in the game and that's the way it's going to be. So, Zeri, tell us, how do you feel about this, the sim ticket thing, the controversy, all the stuff you're seeing on Reddit and in the Discord channel and everything? Go ahead and give us your full view.
All right. Well, let me start by saying that, the first thing is the dev team asking people to spend money in their game isn't wrong. It's not. I am perfectly fine with them, monetizing things, because that's the way they make their living. That's the way we enjoy new content. Everybody wants a new raid. Everybody wants this. They want that. Well, that costs money. So I have no problem with them monetizing the game. My big problem is how they monetize this. It's just, in my mind, it was a bad take. I want this game to succeed. I want it to be successful. I love this game, and the big thing about it is, it doesn't have the Star Wars behind it. It doesn't have the Marvel behind it. It doesn't have a solid IP behind it, and it that people know. Let's put it that way. And what I really like about it is that they can take it in any direction they want. It's the World of Warcraft feel. I'm an ex World of Warcraft player, so that
Me
part
too.
hits home to me, And but the problem is, the first impression of this game has got to be spot on for people to stay. And think about it this way: this game, like you said last night, a lot of us came to this game because we were fed up with another game. So essentially, it was our second game when we first started. I was still playing Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes when I started playing Dragon Champions. And if this is my second game when I start, and if I'm just trying something out, second game, I might not be tempted to spend money right away because I want to see how it's going to play out. And I'm going to give it that time. Now, my big thing is, I log into a game and I say, even if I do have a free period of unlimited sim, this game wants me to pay for simming a battle I've 3-starred. Why? That doesn't make any sense. What else are they going to make me pay for? And I'm out. I'm gone. I mean, heavy monetized games, it's like it's a double-edged sword. You have to do it the right way, in my opinion. And I'm not a developer. I don't have the stats in front of me. I can't say that I do. But the putting putting in monetization on a quality of life feature as big as multi-simming, so people can't just come into the game, get it done, and get out and get on with their life. It's going to drive people away, in my opinion.
So I think that that's an interesting point. I fully disagree with it. I think that I've made that clear, but it's just for anybody who's watching again. For this, my thoughts on this is that, I remember I had the exact same experience you did. I was playing another game. I was playing Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. It was my main game, but it was a game that I was very disgruntled with. I was not happy with the game itself. I never liked spending money on it. I always thought that I was just not getting any value in at all. And I had no idea. I had no idea that I was going to spend $1.99. Like, that was the first thing that came up, is the Freezard bundle for me. And I was like, this guy looks cool. And I read through his kit, and because I am a veteran of these types of titles, I felt like I could read the kit and I go, okay, well, this seems like a pretty good kit. He looks like he might be a good character. I'm going to spend the $2 or the $3. I can't remember how much it was. And I did, with very little investment. I had no idea that I was going to eventually become one of the whales. I had no idea at the time that I would be making content for the game. I had no clue, none at all. But what I did know is like $1.99, sure, no problem. And from what I can tell in my own free-to-play account that I created yesterday, right, I still haven't needed to auto battle anything yet. And the reason why is because it's there, that's true, but I'm playing this guy looks cool. Yeah, Danger X is pretty, but I'm playing it, I'm playing and I go, why not? It's $1.99. And for me, it wasn't a whole lot of money. And for me, I looked at it and go, really? I get like a 4-star character for $1.99? And my impression from coming to the game from another game was, oh my God, I'd have to spend $20 to get a 4-star character in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. And that 4-star character sucks, right? It's not even viable. And so I'm like, okay, this is a new game. Now, maybe I'm not thinking about it now from coming into the game, now 10 months in. But I did come into Star Wars Galaxy Heroes about a year in. And so I didn't play it at launch. I played it about a year after it launched. And so maybe I'm wrong, and I'm okay with saying that, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it will drive people away, but I don't remember, my personal experience is that I don't remember simming in the beginning. I remember playing a lot of things out. I remember, once it got good at something, I just would hit the the auto and it'd go through it, or I'd play around with it and that sort of thing. So if this is a dividing thing for people, then maybe I just missed it. Maybe that's not a thing for me. Maybe it's a bigger deal to me. I don't know. But ultimately, I don't think that is the way it will be. Maybe it will. And I'll be wrong, and I don't want to be wrong. I want to be right in this case because I think the game's great. But maybe I'm not. What do you think?
Well, I don't think anybody's right or wrong in the whole situation, because there's solid points to either side of the argument. There's a solid point to exactly what you're saying, and then there's a solid point to exactly what I'm saying. The thing is we have to wait and see.
Right.
But that I would have rather have them monetize something else, like what could have made them a ton of cash, and I probably would do this from time to time, is if they said, here's a one-time sick ticket for 99 cents for the tower. Doesn't go against your completed tower ratio, but you know what? You don't have time to run the tower today. You spend 99 cents, I'll give you a whole completion ticket. I'd buy that thing almost every other day. I don't got time to run it.
Right.
Before I had my 150 in, back when it was 150. You know what I mean?
I still don't have my
100.
I still don't have 150 in. Today was the first time I completed hard mode.
I haven't
hard
even
mode
tried
tower.
hard mode.
Well, and I'm doing this shout out because Danger X and I were talking about it today in the Discord channel, in my Discord channel, and boy did my goblin shine. Right?
Oh, I
My
could imagine.
my gear 11, fully geared out gear 11 goblins with Dr. Frank. Oh, like they
Oh,
were able to come
that
in.
shield recovery.
Yep, they were able to come in and beat teams that I couldn't beat with the meta.
Oh, I
That
imagine. I mean, the
it,
shield
it
recovery alone is
yep,
huge.
huge. They were definitely the MVP, and I was just like, wow, okay, and it
Yeah,
kind of
they were
shocked
really,
me.
really good.
Yeah,
No,
it
they were
kind of
really, really good.
it shocked me. I mean, I knew they were good, but I didn't realize they were going to be that good for tower. And so I was very, very, very excited. Now, me, I'd probably never spend like personally, I'd never buy the sim tickets, like a sim ticket sort of thing. And I'm really busy. Like I work,
Yeah.
you know, in my normal day-to-day sort of schedule. In my normal day-to-day sort of schedule, 60 hours is at minimum what I do at work. With my drive and everything else, it's minimum. And but I have a fundamental like I have a fundamental like deep-seated going, why are we wanting to not play the game? Like maybe I'm showing my age at 37 years old. Maybe I'm showing my age. I want to play the game. I want to play.
That's
I
what we
don't
all
want to
do.
sim it. I don't want to sim the game. Now, when I'm farming, right? I kind of understand, right? When I'm farming, I get it.
Yeah.
I don't want to necessarily have to farm every battle to get a hunt, because at this time, usually at night, right? What I'm doing is getting all my energy for the day, right? All that energy, because it's the
Reset.
refresh, right? And I'm
Yep.
buying
I do
all
the
my
same thing.
energy up and trying to get through my 800, and certainly that would be a huge pain. But
Yeah.
oftentimes at night, I'm just kind of sitting in bed, cuddling my wife. All I got to do is just hit the button, right? I just hit the button and get through it. And I have done that in the past. Certainly, it's kind of annoying. Certainly, it would drain your battery. I can see how it would be not a good quality of life. And so I
Well,
that argument I'm very sympathetic with, because
to put it in perspective,
yeah, go ahead.
today with my free to play account, because I'm like, you know what, I'm going to try this. I'm going to try it out before I pass judgment and all this stuff. To farm a piece of gear, and of course, we get all the events after the sim tickets are removed where you get energy. So I have like 500 and something energy, and I needed like three, uh, not the not the demonic mockeries, but the bow below that. Like
Mhm.
the 60 level bow, 60 or gear
Yeah, the
6 level.
Woodlands Fury or whatever.
Yeah, Woodland
Yeah,
Fury. Yeah,
yeah.
it took me 30 minutes to get everything I needed. I mean, yes, that part is RNG, but the also the part that I don't really care for with this whole thing is if you have to back out of the fight every single time, reload your team every single time. There's not even like a replay button. I don't want to spend 30 minutes of my life grinding out Woodland Furies. I don't think anybody does.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Hence why I'd pay the dollar, right? But I get it.
Well,
It's like I would pay the
I
dollar for the convenience. If I was new to the game, and this is the sort of thing, like the people this affects, right? The people this
mhm,
affects, it affects the people who have been playing the game. And there's a part of me, and maybe this is and I haven't given any solutions. Like I haven't. Right? I've been
yeah.
just kind of, because and I probably should. Like if anybody wants to criticize me for having this voice, having a platform, having a platform and not giving solutions, like it would, I think that's fair. I'm gonna give a solution. Make it retroactive for everybody who's been playing the game, right? Just give it to
I
them.
Yep. Yep.
Give it to
That
them.
would be absolutely fine with
Everybody
me.
new, everyone new to the game, right? Anyone who's new to the game, this is a feature that's going to be there. But everybody who's been in the game playing it, just unlock it for them.
Yep.
Just
I
unlock
agree.
it for them.
That would
I
be
think that's the right thing to do. It kind of alleviates the problem. New players coming to the game, this is something they're going to have to deal with. Players who have already been playing the game prior to this patch, just give them the auto. Just let them have the instant loot. You're not hurting anything, and you're not gaining anything, right? And we'll talk
mm-mm.
about this in a second, and I think this is going to be a good segue into our next topic, which would be about how we think that they should properly monetize the game. But just give it to them. Anyone who had an account prior to the prior to the lightest patch, they get an instant loot. Anyone after that, you know. Now,
I agree.
there's
I would
going to
have
be
zero problem with that. If
right.
they said going forward, new players coming in, this is how we're going to run it. I'd have no problem with that whatsoever.
Yeah. And
Because I mean,
I think
I
that's
don't
the
know
right
if I
thing to
still
do.
agree with the where they're monetizing it, but that wouldn't have been a video for me. I just would have said, well, that's the direction they're going. They must know something I don't.
Right. And so with that being said, if you aren't aware that, right, there will be, apparently they're going, Lizard Breath has said today that she and the developers are going to announce what their solution's going to be on Monday. Breaking news here, that'll come on this channel, I believe. They may put it out before they talk to me, but I am interviewing Lizard Breath early Monday morning, and going to put it up on the channel. They may already put it out before I edit the video and that sort of stuff. I don't know if it'll be a live event like what we've been doing here or not, but her and I will sit down and have a conversation, and I will give that to you guys. I think she wanted to do that. I offered it to her. She said yes. So that'll happen. So I'm really, really excited about that opportunity to talk about this.
You should be. Congrats to you, buddy.
Yeah, I think that'll be really, really interesting. And she's super nice. I've listened to the interviews people have had with her. She is super nice. She talks with me.
That's my girl right there.
Yeah, so I'm super excited to have her come onto the channel and talk about that. So let's go on to the next topics. I think we can both. Something we definitely agree on is that this is not proper monetization.
Correct.
Because you're not going to make any money off of this. You're not making money. That you're not going to make.
You're going to
hurt
yourself more than you're
right.
Then you're going to make it.
Yeah, exactly. I can't wait to play Aramis. I can't wait to play it either. So if you're just getting on, these are old clips for old games from when I was playing Call of Duty Black Ops 4 when I was live streaming it. I hope you guys don't mind me putting that up there. It's kind of fun. I didn't share my screen with you, so you can't even see what's going on here. Sorry, Zuri, but that's what's going on the screen. That's what that is. I figured give you something to watch while listening, because you guys are not getting to play DC. What I was going to do before is I was actually going to go in and actually play out all my battles this afternoon or this evening while we were playing, but I can't do it because the game's down. And so that's kind of what we're doing there. So proper monetization. It's one of the things that I said last night, and I'll reiterate here again, and I'll get your thoughts on it, Zeri, is I think that they should, I don't necessarily think that we should have marquee events. Like they kind of do that where they put out the packs, the $5.99 packs or whatever the price is, $6 or whatever, or $5.50. I can't remember US. And you get the shards and that sort of stuff, and you get a lot of extra stuff and drag coins. They do that. But these events where if you spend or you log in, that sort of stuff, these character events, I don't know why Frank wasn't released. Like they did the packs, and then the next couple of days, the Frank event didn't show up, because boy, I would have spent the $50 to make sure I had him at gear. Like as soon as the Lana was announced, I would have made sure immediately he was 7-starred. If it cost me $50, I'd have done it. If it cost me $75, I would have done it. That seems like a better way of getting money. And then that gives people options, right? They can choose to spend or they can choose not to, but you're going to get people like me who are going to spend. You're going to get people like Carnifax who are going to spend. The GNL guys, we're all going to spend money on it. Like we are.
Correct.
Right? Mm-hmm. We're not in the #1 guild in the world because we're not going to spend the money on the game. I think that's a better way to go about it. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's certain things you can do in this game to monetize, and the way I describe it and the way I can maybe put it in my head is we make content, right? Me and you, we make content, and we use kind of like a free platform, YouTube, Twitch, whatever. And they chose to make content where they have to make pretty much free content on mobile gaming. That's the way it's pretty much got to be. So you have to have the good and the bad, and the way they went about this monetization is like me and you saying, well, here's our video, but you can't watch it unless you do this. what is somebody going to do? They're going to go get their content someplace else. You know, there's way to build, you know, your fandom and your whales, the GNL guys. There's way proper way to milk that cow, and it wasn't done, in my opinion.
Well, this doesn't milk the GNL guys. It doesn't affect us at all, right? Like
Well,
I said,
no.
it didn't affect me. That's why I thought they fixed it. Like when I watched your video, I went, oh, this is gonna kind of suck. All right. Like I looked at it and went, oh damn, you know, Zeri's upset. That's weird because you're never upset, and all your videos are always, my videos too are for the most part very positive, and we're excited about the game and that sort of thing. And I'm like, he's got to talk about sim tickets. That's just odd. What's going on? And I listened to it and I'm like, man, that's not cool. And that's was my initial thought. And then I got on and I was like, oh, well, it's not that big a deal. It's not there. And then I go, oh shit, I'm wrong. You know, and then I start looking into it. For me personally, okay, here's why, and I'll be very, very frank with everybody. Here's why you're getting very lawyer dragon right now and not very compassionate dragon, because in my professional life, I'm very I have to be very analytical. I have to give really bad news to people a lot. And sometimes, in this case, sometimes I just gotta tell people to suck it up or deal with things that they don't like, right? That I gotta do that a lot. And when I start reading, when I got into this and I said, oh crap, I've screwed up, I've got to do the right research, I didn't really do the research I should have done, right? I took responsibility of that, and then I started going and reading the comments. And the comments came across to me as there is this entitlement mentality, right? Like, I deserve to be able to play this game for free. And not only do I deserve to play the game for free, I deserve to be able to play it the way I want to play it, despite the fact that the developers have decided that that's not the way it's going to be played anymore. And I have a hard time with that, just in my own personal life, or, you know, just my own moral code, right? I don't like entitlement mentality at all. And so when I see it here, it starts to enrage me, right? It starts to go, I start to get upset, and I'm like, why do people think that they're entitled to play this game for free and spend nothing and not invest? And I won't lie to everybody. I did a video this morning that I did not post. It's about 30 minutes long, and I just ranted on this. Like this what I'm speaking about, the entitlement right now. And one of the examples that I gave in the video, and I'll give it now, is that I'm a lawyer, right? Everybody knows that, right? I have advanced degrees in both political science and philosophy, and I have a doctorate, right? Yay. Doesn't mean I'm smart. It just means I work really, really hard, and, you know, that's really what it means. But I don't engage in political talks with a lot of people. Right. And the reason why I don't do that is because it's hard for me to do. I don't talk about the law with people unless they're my clients, because it's really difficult to do. But oftentimes I ask people when they start sharing their political views and that sort of stuff with me, or they start complaining about the government, right? I say, did you vote? And when they say no, if they say no, I'm not interested anymore. I'm not interested in their opinion. I'm not interested in what they have to say, because they're not participating in the process. And so when we're talking about this, when we're talking about, have you paid money? Have you supported the game? Now, I've had people go, I watch ads. Okay. Maybe that's support, but that's you spending more of your time, right? You're giving them more time, and that's all the developers in this case, in my opinion, are asking for, is you to give them even more time. If you're not willing to give them money, then you're willing to give them time, right? And so what I'm trying to say here, and I'll Aramis, I'll talk to you, I'll address your comment in a second, is that what I'm saying is that I look at it as, if you're not willing to put your money into this game and support it, even if it's small amounts, like, you know, $1 here, $1 there, if your mindset is, I'm going to play this free to play no matter what, because I will never spend a dime on a mobile title, then you're more power to you. But I don't want to hear your opinion about the game. because you're not investing. You're not participating in the process. I feel that same way about voting. If you want to complain about the government, I'm with you. I'll complain all day long. But if you're not voting and not participating in the process, then don't complain. And that's kind of where I'm coming from. Hopefully that makes some sense. Aramis, you said I keep politics and gaming separate. It's true. I'm not trying to put politics in here. What I'm simply is trying to make an analogy. For me, if you're going to complain about the game and you're not spending any money at all, your opinion doesn't matter to me. Now, does not mean if you spent any money at all in the game, your opinion has the same value as somebody who spent $1,000 as somebody who spent $1, because you both have invested. That I will not say one person holds more weight, because they don't. But because both people are participating in the process, and they're participating in the process the way they want to. But when you put no money in and you expect to get what you want and you complain when you don't get it, that infuriates me. That's entitlement mentality, and it's something I just don't deal well with. I hope that makes sense. I hope I'm being clear on that. And so, what do you think about that, Zeri?
No, I completely understand. Like, I mean, I've said in multiple videos, about legendary characters, people are like, oh, I didn't get this character 7-star. This game sucks. I'm leaving. No, you need to play the game, and you need to judge the game on what you do and how you perceive. I'm not a whale. I am a dolphin. I have a big family. I don't have the means to my disposal. If I could whale, oh god, I would. I'd be a kraken, but I can't.
Mm-hmm.
But I contribute to the game. I do the battle pass. I do the monthly draw coins. I mean, for $5, are you kidding me? That's a tremendous value to me.
Right.
So, I mean, there's things I can do, and is my voice, even because I have a YouTube channel, is my voice any more important than anybody else who spent the game? Absolutely freaking not.
Absolutely not. That's
No,
correct.
and I agree with that sentiment 100%. But the one thing I feel that is, if people do want to play the game free to play, that is their choice and that is their right, because the game is put out to be played without spending any money. That is the whole premise.
Sure.
And if they want to do that, that's fine. And the way you could maybe make somebody spend is by giving them the means to, how do I put this? Like, feel like they're part of it. You know what I mean? Like, hey, they're looking out for the small guys. I know there was plenty of people in my guilds who have come in, like, especially my free to play newbie guilds. They've come in and they like, oh, I'm gonna go free to play with you. And the next thing I know, they're unlocking people at, they're get this guy to 7 stars. I'm like, you started 3 weeks before me. They're like, oh, I dropped money because everything was so good.
Right.
So I just don't want people to lose that feeling. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
No, it does. It does make sense. And to touch upon what you had said, the idea the game can be played free to play. That's true. And I think this is one of the games that has always been pretty free to play friendly.
Oh, absolutely.
I've said that from the beginning. I have always thought this game was free to play friendly. Certainly, this move is not free to play friendly. Okay, I will not. I'm not going to stay here and say it's free to play friendly. It's not. The move is not free to play friendly. It certainly isn't. It means that you're going to have to invest a lot more time. My overall point is if you're going to play free to play, then you're kind of subject to the developer's whim, right? Because if the developers change their minds or they decide to do something different, which they can do, and they actually have a right to do it. It's their game, and exactly. you hit that agree button, and not to put my lawyer hat on just for a second, right? You put that as soon as you hit that agree button, you have actually told them that it's okay. As a big part of your TOS in most of these games, it says the game is subject to change, and there's nothing you can do about it, right? And so, while that may be unfair and not particularly consumer friendly, we're not talking about consumers here monetarily speaking. We're talking about consumers in an entertainment sort of way. And for me, entertainment is never free. One of the best comments I read so far was a very short comment, and it essentially said, We spend $9 for a movie. Like, I'm not a moviegoer, guys. Like, I don't know if people know this, but like, I refuse to go to the movie theater because it's like $15 a ticket. Hey, now, is that a lot of money for me? To be honest, no. But I do have 4 children, and you have a lot of kids too, right? If I take my whole family to a movie, it's like $50. But you know what infuriates me? Not the ticket prices. I get mad because I go to the concession stand, and the concession stand now costs me $50, right?
It's like going to a
And
sporting event.
well, and
What is it,
I'm
$16 a beer?
I am a sucker for sporting events though. See, this is where I'm a little inconsistent because I don't do it often, but when I went to my first Seattle Seahawks game last year, when I saw them play the then San Diego Chargers, I guess it was 2 years ago now, when I saw them play the San Diego Chargers in CenturyLink Field, we paid $85 for parking, and I smiled when I did it. I knew it was awful. Trust me, it was
Yeah,
awful, but I smiled when I did it because it was the first time I'd ever been in the stadium with a live game, and it was an
right.
experience. The whole thing was very, very expensive. But it's one of those things. Did we get any concessions? No, we did not. Did we ever leave our seats? No, we did not. Did we miss any of the action? No, we did not. I mean, we couldn't. We were so, but it's an experience, and I've seen a lot of people kind of try to analogize this situation to winning something for free, getting something for free, but then coming, like, and then you're all of a sudden you're like, but it has a price tag. Like, somebody, and it was very well said. And if you end up watching this and you're listening, if you're listening to this, I don't mean to, I can't find you off the top of my head, but essentially it was in my Discord channel today. uh um uh it was in my Discord channel today, but he made an analogy to winning a free concert. Concert's free, right? But then you get there and you got to pay for the concessions. And he actually made a pretty interesting argument, and I thought it was actually very well done. He said, well, what if you got there and you realized that the concert's free, but the band that's being advertised, that you get to hear one of their songs, but you don't get to hear all of their songs, right? To me, that when I think about that, I think of bait and switch in the law, right? When I think of dealing in, I think about it and I go, okay, that's more bait and switch, right? Right, you have a problem here in gaming. When I think about it, right, you're talking about a free to play game that's subject to terms of service that are subject to change and that sort of stuff. This is pretty par for the course, and so then I have to start looking at the behavior of the developing team against the behavior of other development teams. Now, when we start talking about bad acts versus other bad acts, right, this is a problem, but I don't believe their acts are necessarily bad because of how they implement them, right? The fact that this is any support of purchase and it's $1, it's not that big a deal to me. But I keep asking people, what if they decide to put Battlegrounds behind a paywall? I don't think they're going to do that, by the way. But if they did, right, would that turn a lot of people away? Certainly, I think it would. But would I pay for it? Absolutely. I mean, I'm okay with paying for DLCs. That the DLC doesn't bother me. So, what do you think, sir?
I mean, depending on the price of Battlegrounds, I'd probably pay for it too. I mean, the devs have given me no reason not to trust the direction they're going. And, Sir Nobody kind of said it best, is, what I was thinking in the chat there is,
Yeah, I just saw
as a
that.
free to play player, I think I should be free to voice my opinion, but not necessarily complain about things. And I agree with that 100%. You play the game, you have a right to say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want about anything, to be honest. I mean, that's why I always tell people to write comments, good or bad. I'll answer you because you have
Yep.
the right to tell me that you don't like me. That's fine. I don't care. But
Right.
to take it to the extreme is nuts. It's just, that
But
that part drives me crazy too. And it's, the same way in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes or any other mobile gotcha game I've played. I enjoy the grind. That's why I liked World of Warcraft so much. I love the grind.
mhm.
But I don't not necessarily want to sit there and grind out Woodland Furies for half an hour, but I like being able to go from 1 to 80 and get the characters up, and I like that part of it. And I don't know where I'm going with this, but yeah, I agree with you. It's frustrating to me to see people complain about things that they can't complain about. They shouldn't be complaining about. You should be complaining about things that affect you as a player. And for free to play players to who have been playing the game to complain about this, they have every right to complain about this, in my opinion, because they've been doing it for 6 months and they didn't get a thing. And that I mean, there's what do you think the percentage of people who are playing this game who haven't paid anything?
I don't know.
Probably a lot. I mean, should they support the game with $1? Yeah, I mean, I think they should.
I think they should have supported it with more than that.
Right, but the thing,
$2,000? No, maybe not. You know,
but
I
there's
trust.
somebody out there that spent more than you. I
Oh,
guarantee it.
yeah, I'm very aware of. I'm in GNL. I
Yeah,
know.
yeah. But the thing is that's why I said they, like you said in the beginning, that the perfect solution was, okay, guys, we're grandfathering everybody into this who's already done it, who's already been playing this game. You're grandfathered in. New players, you get this. That I feel the pain of that. I don't think that was a right decision to make. But that's still my stance, and I know you disagree with me, but I still
I
think it's the
do.
wrong
Even
thing to
even
do.
though what's interesting is even though that's my solution, I'm okay if they don't do it. Like truly, if they come out on Monday and they say, you know what, we gave all those drag coins out because we gave all the drag coins out because we knew this was unpopular and we wanted to try to pull out the sting a little bit. I'm okay with that. That does not bother me.
My one question to that is though is it doesn't make any sense. I'd ask them, well, why did you do that?
I'm with
Because
you.
you
it
because you
it
just
doesn't make
gave
sense.
people who don't need the draw coins and pay for the draw coins are the ones who have all the sim tickets.
Right.
Like I pay for the monthly draw coin pack every month.
Mm-hmm. I do too.
I got 8K draw coins when they switched this all over.
You got more than me. Like, I'm trying to figure out how everybody got way more than me. Who, like, I'm looking at my guild. Okay, maybe I should complain because I got 5,500. Everybody saw it because I put it up on the screen, right? I got like 5,500. Right now, I probably auto sim a lot. And so, but where are people getting all these sim tickets? Like,
I mean, how much energy refreshing are you doing?
a lot.
Yeah,
A
because
lot.
that's where I got a lot of mine. Is I was
Yeah.
doing the 50 and the 100 refreshes pretty much every day.
Well, and I only do the 50s and I don't do the 100s, and so that's probably why. And so that's probably where it comes out. But I think that the monetization in this game, there is a way to probably do it better. Do I necessarily want to spend $10,000 on the mobile title? No. If I thought it became that sort of thing, I'd probably bounce. I truly, like, when when CG Carey was asked like a year and a half ago, do you guys expect us to spend 30 grand to have
And she said
these
yes.
full rosters? And she said yes. Like, that was when I realized that they really don't care about their player base, right? uh, but in this case I don't feel that way. I feel like, and as I said this last night and I'll say it again, I feel like I spent money in the beginning and it got me way ahead, and I haven't had to spend a whole lot of money since. But the entire time I feel like I've gotten a ton of value, and to me that's what it's all about. Like, every dollar I've spent on this game, I do not regret spending. Not one time.
I'm the same
Not
way.
one time.
I'm the
So
same way. I remember
not
I bought
everybody
Mother
got
Talzin.
thousands of drag coins. I got 2 days worth of them 600, which I wouldn't value at all. That's your personal choice. Like, for me, anytime I get anything free, I value it highly. Like, when they came out, like when the servers were down, and I can't remember when it was when the game launched, the servers went down or something like that, and people weren't able to play for a little bit, and then immediately they sent out a they sent out a text, or right, like, they said, oh, the servers are back up, and then they gave us all like 300 drag coins or something like that. All right, that's awesome. I'm super, but I'm like that. I'm like, anytime I get something for nothing, I'm super, super, super happy. Hey, Chief Rags, he got his beer. Nice. And my wife and I are actually going to go out to a restaurant today, guys. Listen to this. So completely off topic because you talked about a beer. My wife and I, when Zari and I are done talking and having this good chat, my wife and I are actually going to go to a restaurant and sit down and have a meal. Now, I live in Idaho. All right, we've been opening up the state. Things are getting better here, but we're gonna actually sit down in a restaurant. I'm excited. I'm excited for this. Maybe I'm probably way more excited than I should be to be able to do this. So, guys, what do you think? So, it says the Lika has said, Alicia, I mispronounce everybody's names. You'll have to tell me how to pronounce them properly. It says, I have 2 accounts. I spend money in one and I don't in the other. I'm dropping the other account. Too much time wasted. I understand that. I only have 1 account. In Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, when I was studying for the bar, okay, that was when I was most heavily playing Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I had 5 accounts. Because I wasn't gaming at all, and so I had 5 mobile accounts, and that's when I started kind of getting into mobile gaming. But I come from a console and a computer gaming background, so this idea like pay to win is foreign to me, right? I don't like pay to win. Pay to play, sure. If the developers said, if you spend $300 and you could get, all these characters unlocked or something like that, like 7 characters unlocked for $300, right? I'd probably do it because I that would be a tremendous value, especially if they were good, right? Like if they said, oh, we're gonna change this to a subscription game and you got to pay a subscription and that sort of stuff to play, I'd probably do it because I enjoy the game that much. Now, certainly other players may not want to do that. I kind of get that. Other players may not like that, but that's just me. So, Zari, tell me we got great things coming on your channel. You're making videos like crazy. Your daughter just turned 17. You got the big family. You're in New York. State's still kind of on lockdown. So what do we got coming? What do we got coming down the pike? So you got your noob series, which, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't watch a lot of, simply because I don't feel like I need it, but maybe I do. Because I actually started watching when I was real sick and I had just been essentially auto playing. I started I didn't even know Zara was any good, and then I watched your video on Zara and went, oh crap. And then I started having to do stuff. So you're doing great. The noob series, you're going through, you're gearing up the characters. What other kind of videos do we got coming from you?
Well, I'm starting to do a series kind of like battleground breakdowns, because a lot of what I try to focus on is, and it's reminder for me too, is I get distracted or I forget things about people or characters, or because you're always focused on the next thing. Like, oh man, we got to gear this, we got to gear pride because that's going to be buff, and then you forget about the human meta because that was 3 metas ago. So I try to like go back and talk about, some of the synergies or break down even like the taunting mechanism. All right, who's a good taunter? Who isn't a good taunter? When do you want to use taunters? When don't you want to use taunters? Stuff like that. Um, and that's kind of what I've been working on lately. I still have to go to work every single day. I'm an essential worker in the construction industry, so I'm still out there every day. And I just like you put in, my 10, 11-hour days, and it's nonstop. So, and I also try to just, what do people want to see? Like the gearing videos I put out there, a lot of people just like to see those because that way they can start to stockpile what they need for the next person coming out.
I wish I would have thought of it. I won't lie. Like, I wish I would have thought of it.
It wasn't even my idea. It was somebody in my chat was like, "Can you make a video of gearing, please?" And I'm sorry, I forget who it was. It might have been Mustang Cobra. maybe no, because he doesn't like him.
The
I
game is
can't
back up,
remember.
by the way. If you guys aren't, the game is back up. I do have it up here. Right now I am in, uh, and so the game is back up. So if you want to get back and play, it's going. So I wanted to make sure
Oh, nice.
everybody knew that, so we can get back to playing some Dragon Champions, doing some tournaments, getting all your stuff done. Here, pull it up on the screen now. You guys are probably tired of me just watching me play Call of Duty Black Ops 4, a game that doesn't really matter anymore. I did enjoy it though. So what else can you got any good tips, tricks, things that we should be looking out for, any possible metas? One of my videos recently I mentioned I feel like there's going to be this power struggle between elves and demons coming up. I don't know, it's just a feeling. Like, I don't, Delman looks like he could be really, really good. Like,
Delman's
for me,
fantastic.
I have not unlocked him yet. I have not unlocked him yet.
Huge plug and play character.
Well, and that's interesting.
Because of his death mark.
Right. Well, and as we've talked before, and everybody knows, like, I did tier lists before, and I haven't done one in a while, and I was actually had every intention of doing one, but the characters are coming out so fast and furious, and my original definition of what a tier 1 character, it seems like every character that comes out lately is a tier 1 character by my definition. You know, a character that can be plugged and played and doesn't need a whole lot of help from anyone else. There's a lot of that. And so now I'm having to reevaluate what a tier 1 character might be. And I'm just like, oh, look, see, bug fixes. Champions, unforeseen problems in the game, but our top experts have located and fixed them. We are giving you awards from compensation. Thank you for your understanding. See, gold. Yeah, it looks like it's gold. Gold, 100 gold and 2 page boots. See, that's the sort of thing they've always done. Every time it does that, they give something. And I always think that's super cool.
It is. It's amazing. Regardless of what anybody says about the devs, even through this whole situation, it's still the best dev group out there in any mobile game, and I'll back that up 100%. Somebody can argue with me all day on that. So yeah, that's just my opinion. Still,
I agree completely. So give me a rundown, if you don't mind, since I got you here. And for me, at this particular point, you were the registered expert on the characters. Give me the rundown. So who do you think? And like I said, I told my wife that we would be we would be going on our date here soon, but I've got you. And like last night, we can't spend all our time on this sim tickets thing.
And I'm done.
And I'm pretty done. I'm pretty well done with it too. But what I am interested in is, who do you think the best character in the game is right now?
It depends.
I know I'm putting you on the spot, because we didn't talk about any about this in prep. We didn't do any of that. I'm just kind of putting you on the spot. But if you had to pick somebody out of your hat, right, just
for the best player in the game,
best character in the game right now, can you tell me, who do you think the best character in the game is and why? And you can be wrong, right? Like, we're just starting a new debate, right? Start a new debate. Zeri says this character. Okay, go ahead.
I got the best character in the game is my first one. Yep, Shaolin. Danger guessed it. Sorry. All right, I'm done.
Shaolin.
No, the best character in the game right now, in my opinion, is Mordoom. Just what he brings and his viability. I mean, he just spells on his basic. How much better can you get? He pretty much nullifies all tanks, like you said last night. A tank is useless against him. You have to run double tank.
I did say this last night. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I forgot. If you run double tanks against Mordoom, it can get tricky, but you got to have the 2 right tanks.
Right.
But just what he completely brings to the game. Now, I will tell you that he took kind of a step back when they removed all the tags from the minions. That did kind of hurt him overall, and his passive isn't really plug and play viable, but just what he can bring, the amount of debuffs he brings. Also, very underrated character. My most underrated character, and I think people
let's do that. The most underrated character
is Instructor Goram. He makes that whole Goblin team go 100%.
That's an interesting one,
because even with Frank, you take out Instructor Goram, Adam does not hold his taunt. He makes the worst tank in the game viable. 100% viable and good. Because then Frank starts building up his shield. And I believe Adam has the 5th highest shield in the game, something like that.
Right.
So, I mean, and then Adam also restores his shield. So that just builds and builds and builds. And Adam almost becomes unkillable. And it's all because of Instructor Goram, and he'll keep that taunt up every single time because all you have to do is stack crit chance on Instructor Goram and speed,
Right.
and that's it. You don't have to worry about anything else. Speed, critical chance, move on with your day. And he's giving himself crit damage on his passive, so he's going to hit 1,000 times harder. I
Yeah.
just really think people don't realize how vital he is to that Goblin team.
So I'm also in agreement with you. So my number one character in the game is Mordoom. I agree with you for all the same reasons. I forgot that I had mentioned that last night. So yes, I forgot that I had said that. Mordoom, yes, I agree. Mordoom is I think he's the MVP right now. My most underrated character in the game, and this is going to be an interesting one. My most underrated character in the game is Eric Shieldbreaker.
Could
Rousing
Cry is probably one of the best moves in the game.
It is, and
I'll
he's
give you
a
that.
character. He's a character that I did not level up until just recently. I did not use him to unlock more Doom. So that tells you that I did not have him. He was I think he was gear 5 and level 45, just sitting around. But Rousing Cry, and he just does so many things well, and he doesn't need anybody to make him great. Obviously, he does really well in humans, but his only drawback is
he's slow as shit.
He is. He is. You just took the words out of my mouth. He is so slow. But you know what? Yeah. Almost all of the physical damage dealers are slow. And the last thing, besides the fact that he's slow, and he kind of just stole it right out from it's this one right here, and I have it up on the screen. You can't see it. He applies buff immunity to only 4 allies.
Yep.
He lost,
and it could be like a summon minion.
That's the problem, and that's the issue. And truly wish that if this said all allies, he would be so good.
Oh, he'd be a staple in the meta. Correct. On any meta, if it was all allies.
That's right. In fact, and so I think he's very undervalued. He comes up so much in tournaments, guys. He comes up in so much in tournaments, and if you don't have him, he doesn't have to be particularly fast. As you can see, I don't have tons of stuff on him. Right? I do have an 8 speed there, 5 speed. He's still slow as shit, but
I mean, Mordoom can almost lap him. That's the bad part.
Yeah, he can.
Then if Mordoom laps him and he puts the ability block on him, he's just a sitting duck.
Well, and that's what makes Mordoom so good. Let's see, who else? What do you guys think? Chat, what's your Mordoom? I'm seeing Mordoom favorite ability in the game between Frank's shock and then when IG summons his half pigs. So I have to tell you, and I mentioned this kind of earlier, my goblins, like Danger X and I, when in the beginning of the game, Danger X is all, everybody knows Danger X loves his goblins, no doubt about it. He loves them, right? Today, I finally felt his love. Like I finally got it. And I've been pretty critical of them. You had mentioned Adam was the worst tank in the game, and I have to disagree. And the reason why I disagree with him being the worst character in the game, and I'm just gonna pull him up here, and I'm gonna earn some points from my man Danger X here, but his basic, right? His basic having damage decrease, like, is so good. Like, it's so good. I never use his second ability, which it's not very good. Frankly, if they made that a taunt of some sort, that'd be great. But him and Kara are amazing together. And then he just shoots off and lowers damage, and it's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. I don't think he's necessarily the worst take in the game anymore. There certainly has been, in the past he has been. I still think that Mega Wheel is the worst tank in the game, but that's just my opinion. Chat.
But my thing with Mega Wheel, the argument for that is Mega Wheel is so tanky. He has the biggest health and shield pool in the game for defenders, and at least he
It's
can
true.
put up a taunt and have it stick. He can sit there and be a meat shield and let soak up all the damage for at least a turn or two. Adam can't do that because of his inconsistency to taunt. If Adam could taunt on a consistent basis, I'd love him, but he doesn't. It's a 70% chance. At the end of his turn, it's dumb. Hate his kit. It drives me crazy.
I don't know what your goblins look like, and I'm going to show you guys. These are my goblins.
Oh, they're
right?
terrible. You don't even want to know.
Here are my goblins, right? General Murdoch's maxed, Instructor Gorham's maxed, Dr. Frank's maxed, Major Shot's maxed, and Adam. That is my team. And I wish I had some tower runs that I could do for you guys, because I can go into arena. What the hey? I go into arena real quick and just play against the meta. Look at this.
Daze is one of the most underrated debuffs in the game too. I mean, it stops turn meter progression. It's huge, and there's so much feeding turn meter. It shuts Slinger down completely.
All right. It really, really does. So look, we're going to bring these in. Obviously, they're going to go after my Major Shot. And this is kind of the problem, is that when you're talking about Major Shot, right, he's kind of weak. And because Adam won't taunt, and that's kind of his issue, is that Adam didn't taunt. And that's on me, because frankly, I need to have more speed on Adam, right? If Adam were to be faster than what he just was, right, he would...
Oh, see, he pulled his taunt right there.
Right. And because more Doom just makes everything, just kills everything, right? And so, but if he was faster, you almost want him to be super fast. And it's a kind of an oxymoron to a certain extent, right? When you're like a fast tank, but you do, because without it, right? Without having a fast tank, you end up not being able to do much. And so,
but you don't have to worry about his speed if you have Goram on his team.
Well, and I have Goram.
You don't have to worry about his speed, right? But what I'm saying is, like with you, if you sped up Goram, so he went and got a critical hit, Adam taunts, and your shot's still there.
Right. Well, and maybe that's what I need to do better. And the truth is, I don't know this team as well as I probably should.
Well, you'll be able to. Maybe I'm misspeaking, and Danger could probably say it more. But to get the easier character to get what you wanted to get is going to be Goram over Adam.
Right. And that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense to me. But obviously, it's just not doing very well against the actual meta. But today did pretty well, and they're not geared out the wazoo. My guys are not particularly geared out the wazoo. My goblins, right? But they do pretty good, especially in tower. I was quite shocked. Obviously, they're just getting destroyed by this team. But this is a double invis. Double invis team.
And then the turn meter from Shadar just feeding it to the whole team.
Right. Which I have no problem with this team. I could, if I put my team in, I would probably win pretty quickly.
Oh, I'm sure you would.
But it's one of those ones where you're just like, ugh. That's what makes them tough.
Unfortunately.
Yep. Well, and all metas are. I think that's kind of the way it goes. Either way.
That's true. That is true.
In games like this, I kind of wished that there was no speed secondaries, there was no speed runes, that sort of stuff.
I agree with that 100%.
Maybe speed runes, but not speed secondaries. That's something that I would not have put in the game if it were me.
I could see still having the northeastern rune.
Yeah,
still
exactly.
have that be primary. That's fine because it's flat across the board.
Yep.
Not RNG based on something that could change. Like I think when they put that in the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, that's when it started to go downhill.
Well, and I agree. I always dealt with speed. Speed's kind of an issue. I don't really like it, but it's kind of here to stay in this game.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing you can do about it.
But I think it's going to be interesting. I think I'm super excited. So tell me what you think. Have you gotten to play a whole lot of Battlegrounds? Have you gotten to do a test of Battlegrounds at
I,
all?
2 of them. I've done
Two of
2.
them. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's
I've
just
only
really
done.
hard to get everybody together.
Yeah, I've only done
Unfortunately, I
one.
mean,
I've only done one, but the one I did was a lot of fun.
oh hell
Um,
yeah! I mean, anybody who played World of Warcraft, it's just running a Wrathy Basin in old school WoW is exactly what it reminded me of. Having your strategy, jumping around,
yep,
super fun. I can't wait for that mode to come out. And
I
you know
do.
what? A lot of people are like, "Well, they said we would have it out in May." Well, you know what? I'd rather have them say, "Sorry, guys, we're still working out the kinks," than release a
Mhm.
half-ass project, and
I
then all of
agree.
a sudden we got to hear about how they're releasing a half-ass project and they should have just held off. So,
I agree. I 100% agree with you on that. I'd much rather have a good product coming out than something that's broken. Um,
absolutely.
that would be more frustrating. And so, one last thing when it comes to the sim tickets, guys, and this is the last thing that I'm going to say about sim tickets because I don't think it's actually sim tickets, but I want to caution the community for just a second when we close here. And what I want to caution the community about is, are we really upset over sim tickets? Is that really what we're upset about? I don't think that's what people are actually upset about. And if you've been on Reddit and you've seen me talking, or if you've seen me on my Discord, or if you've heard me talk, I've felt like this is a real disingenuous argument. And I have felt that way from the beginning. I think what people are upset about is the status of the game. I think that they're afraid that they're going to lose something they love. And
Yeah,
I think I think that's what they're concerned about. They're not necessarily concerned about the move that's been made here. They're afraid that this move will cause something that they love to go away. And
that's what my big concern is that
right,
new players won't stay.
right,
And that pulls down to, like we talked about before, the whole monetization thing is in the wrong spot because I don't want to see new players leave the game. I don't want to see this game struggle because it is so good. So I agree 100%.
right.
It's not the sim tickets, it's just the fact that this could cause chaos, you know? That's the part that's got me worried.
And maybe that's the case. Maybe that's it. Um, maybe that's what it is. I'm a very optimistic person for the most part. I think most people know that about me. Um, you know,
I am too. I
and
mean,
I
we try to be.
think that this thing's going to be fine. I think people are going to do what I've done, and they're going to play the game and go, "This is super cool. I really enjoy the character. The art is fantastic. The storyline is funny and witty." Right, even though the English is a little broken sometimes.
Yeah,
Um,
but that's what makes it kinda funny
right, it
to even,
does.
like, get
Yeah,
played
it
through.
does.
I kinda like that when it's, like, kinda messed up. I'm like, "Oh, it
Yeah,
reminds me of watching, like, those old, Chinese martial arts movies and stuff."
correct. Yep. And I spend the money because I like the game, and I think a lot of people are going to go before they even know this is an issue. They're probably going to spend a couple of bucks. That's what I think is going to happen. That's certainly what happened to me. And as I've always tell everybody else, what's going to turn these players away? And this is ironic and awful all at the same time, is that they put in new achievements into the game, right? In this patch, new achievements into the patch to join the Discord, and the only thing they're hearing on Discord right now is how awful this change is, when new players don't have a clue. Like, they're not gonna know, right? They're not gonna know. But what are they going to
Right.
see? They're going to look up on Google. They're going to, they're going to type in Dragon Champions. They're going to see Zeri pop up on Google. They're going to see Dragon Law Gaming pop up on Google. They're going to see, Start Gaming. They're going to see Nerd This. They're going to see all these videos. And what has dominated the Dragon Champion news in the last 48 hours is sim tickets. And they're going, what's sim tickets? Right? So maybe the right thing to
But
do is to end the stream, end this discussion, and never talk about it again. And maybe that's the
it
right
could
thing to
very
do,
well be.
because maybe we're poisoning ourselves. Maybe
That
we're
could be.
hurting the new players because we're talking about stuff like, I would quit, right? I would quit if this were the case. If I were them, I would do it. Well, we're influencing them. maybe what we should do is encourage them to stay. And I've seen that actually a good bit. A lot of the content creators are actually been saying that. Starco today, very good video. He said, I encourage you to stick around. Don't quit. Play.
Oh, I
right?
Yeah, see what happens. I'm not encouraging anybody to walk away.
Right. And I think that that's the better way to go. So, with all that being said, Zara, you got any final words? Anything else you'd like to tell the community on this topic? Because as of today, as of the end of this, until I talk with Elizabeth on Monday, I'm done with this conversation. I will not engage in it any longer. I am done with sim tickets. I'm sorry that this happened. I'm sure people, I want people to judge the game for themselves. I think that they will play the game, enjoy it the way I have, the way you have, and the way the community does for the most part, and hopefully they'll decide to spend money, because that's why we get great things. We have nice things because people spend money in the game.
Yeah.
And so I hope that's the case. Do you have any final thoughts?
My final thoughts are exactly yours. I will be done with this till Monday. You know, I always try to be positive in all the videos, and I only say negative things when I think they're deemed necessary, and then I move on. If you're like, my big thing is I was always raised and taught by my father. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. So, you know what? I said what I think they did wrong, and I've told all the devs what I think they should have done, and I said my piece. It's not up to me anymore. So I'll be more than happy to answer anybody's questions, you know, of what I know, but I'm not going to get into debates with people about it anymore and stuff like that. I just want to make good content, because we have probably one of the best tanks coming into the game next month.
Yeah.
We have one of the best tanks coming into the game, and she is going to be awesome. And like I said in that reaction video, we should have been talking about how good she is. And instead, we got to talk about sim tickets. So I'm right with you. Let's done.
Right.
Let's be done with it.
I forgot. Like, I forgot she was even coming to the game. Kiri, I think, is it? Yeah.
Kiri.
Adam
Yeah.
Kiri. Yeah, Adam greater than Kiri. Yeah, we knew. Like, I could have guessed you were gonna say that, Danger, before you ever said it.
Right.
Kiri does look, on paper, she does look interesting. But honestly, I haven't given. No, of course not. I haven't even been on the test server. Like, I just this morning downloaded the newest version of the test server. Like, I have not been able to do it. I'm having a hard time just keeping up with my own personal life, let alone trying to keep up with all this. But I thought this was important enough. Yeah, the artwork for her is so good. And I said this in my video. The demons look so good, and the goblins do not look nearly as good. And I'm like, you know, if you want to harp on something, Danger, you tell them that if they're gonna do more artwork on these goblins, they need to make them look cooler, even cooler than they are, because there just isn't a comparison. You put Kara and you put even Dr. Frank, which was the best looking one in my opinion, next to each other. There's no comparison. Kara just looks awesome. She just looks phenomenal.
Yeah, the rework on her was great.
So
great job.
Yeah. So excellent, everybody. Thank you so much for being here, guys, and engaging the into the discussion. I really, really, really do appreciate you guys being here, having these sort of discussions. I like this format a lot.
So do I.
I like this format a lot. I plan on getting some playing time in. I will be live streaming the Thalana event. Hopefully I'll have Frank to 7 stars so I can get there. And so that should be good. I'm on the grind for buff. Obviously, I think Pride, you're gonna need Pride for buff, and oh my gosh, Outcast Shackles. Oh, Outcast Shackles.
Kiri needs 8 or 9 Outcast Shackles right now to get to 11.
Well, you know,
3 fail licenses or something like that.
I unless it's meta defining, I'm not investing. And
she will be.
Maybe. We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah.
Kara needs 350 shackles. Yeah. Kiri needs 350 shackles. I'm just kind of like, oh my god, these are Carbani stun cuffs.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they are. And I'm telling you, when you get a chance to mess around on our test server, she can be used for more than just demons. And I'll leave the hint at that, because the noob series coming out on her, I talk about her plug and play viability.
Nice. Well, and I'm just trying to figure out if tanks are going to have any viability. Does More Doom just completely crush her? You don't
need her to have the taunt for her to be super good. That's the cool part.
Ah, see, there you go. There you go.
I
And
mean,
if
it's
she
nice
doesn't,
when it's up, but she gives herself so much turn meter that it's up and down the whole fight anyways. So
nice. That sounds good. She does look cool. I like her.
yeah, she's gonna be
And
awesome. So there's a tease
and
for everybody.
there you go. Well, I'm looking forward to those videos. Maybe I should watch the noob series even more often. That's on me. I gotta be watching more of the noob series. All that's gonna end
You
up
can tell me
happening
when I'm
though.
going wrong.
God, no. I'll probably go. Oh yeah, because here's the real of it all. And if you guys know, like, I've been sick and personal stuff and sickness and all this stuff, and so I didn't create any content for about 2 months. And here's the people that I watched when they posted their videos. I watched Zeri's videos, and I watched Nerd This's video. Now they're my friends. I support them. We all kind of started making content together. We hang out. We do things. I'm hoping to get into some battlegrounds with both of them. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got a new project coming up. Carnifax is spearheading. He announced that last night. We're working on that. We're working on that. It's going to be a lot of fun. But you know, half the time I watch and I go, yeah, okay, yeah, I couldn't do that any better. You did a great job. And and then I'm going over here, like, I'm trying to figure out what kind of content to create. Like, I don't even know. I'm so lost right now. Like,
Yeah.
I'm doing this live format and this kind of like talk show format because it's a lot of fun for me. But like, I don't know. I don't want to reproduce the same content over and over again. I don't want to do that.
Well, that's people
So
ask me to make. Oh, can you make a raid video? I'm like, no. There's like 7,000 of them out there. Here's some really good ones. Go check them out. Like,
yeah. Well, and when the new raid comes out, right? Like,
then we'll get on it. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I mean, let's pull it up, right? We look at you see, I'm ranked 41 on my server, right? Globally, I am ranked 460, right? We were we were number one. Gods of Legend Z, we were number one for a while. It looks like Dragon Muffins decided to blow past us in the last little bit. So they're obviously gearing up to try to world first the new raid whenever it comes out. I know that we're gonna try to do it too. And so there's gonna be guides. There's gonna be guides. There's gonna be stuff. I'm sure that my $2,000 will become bigger.
Yeah.
But as of right now, I've been just trying to, chill and relax and have a good time here. So here we go. Look at this. We got Adam. We got Pride. Why? I really do appreciate it. Guys, I really do appreciate all your guys' support. I really do. I know Zeri does. If you are new to my channel, hit the subscribe button here. But what we really need to do, guys and gals, we need to support Zeri. He is so close. The last time I checked, and this was earlier today, he had 921 subscribers. 921. Now, I don't know if you understand the significance of 1,000 subscribers, but let me tell you, he can start getting monetized, people. And while I know that's not his end goal. Like, he does this because he loves it. This is a big deal. This is a big deal. I remember when we both had 50 subscribers, right? Yeah. I remember when we both had 500 subscribers, right? And
absolutely. I remember your live stream then. That was awesome.
Right. He works so hard and gives us such great content for Dragon Champions that we all need to be supporting him. So if you are watching his videos and you have not subscribed to him, hit that sub button. 1,000 subscribers is a huge mark for a YouTuber, especially small content creators like us. Hit that subscribe button on his YouTube. Hit that notifications bell so you don't miss anything, because if you're not checking out his content, right, he's giving us all this. He's giving you all the tricks, guys. I'm listening to him and I'm learning the tricks, right? So you get over there, subscribe to him. He's gonna steer you in the right direction. He's got your backs for free to play. He's got your backs for whaling, right? He's all around here for you, and you really got to support him and get him to that 1,000 subscriber mark. And And I
Well,
really think
thank
that
you.
it's important. I think it's important for you. I think it's important for your community. And I wish you the best, my friend. And I'm
Well,
just really been impressed by all the videos and the content and the upgrades. Have you gotten, I can't remember. You were working on getting something new. Has it
oh,
come in
I
yet?
got my PC, but I'm waiting for my laptop or my
Laptop,
webcam.
webcam. That's what it was.
Yeah,
Webcam.
I ordered it. You know, it's one of those. Oh, all of a sudden it's coming from China things, and now it's delayed
Ah,
beyond belief. But
no, that makes
and
sense.
I just want to say that if everybody's listening, you're watching it later, definitely need to subscribe to Dragon Law Gaming, and you definitely need to go subscribe to Nerd This too.
Correct. You
I
really do.
I watch every single video that pops, like every single video that pops. It's just though you two guys have steered me in the right direction. You know, I remember you and Carfnax doing a couple live videos, just talking about stats and I was like, you know what, these guys make a lot of freaking sense. So you know, you guys have helped me grow
Yeah.
exponentially. So thank you for that.
Anytime, brother. Anytime. Well, everybody, we really do appreciate you being here and having this live format. I'm probably going to try to do some more of these kind of talk show live formats. I think they're a lot of fun. If you know of things, if you want to send me things, if you may not always like my opinion, but I'll always tell you the truth. I will always steer you at least the way I think it should be done. I'll get you to the good content creators here. We got some good things coming down the pike with Nerd This, with what we call what Zeri and I are calling the League. If you've ever
Yes,
watched
that's
that
right.
show, so there's going to be a lot of references to that show, which means this might not be PG 13
Yeah, we'll date
at
ourselves.
the
That's
end.
fine.
It might end up being a little bit more risque, but I really do appreciate it. If you guys are new around here, drop a comment down below. Tell me what you think about this situation. Hit that subscribe button. Get over to my man's channel. Hit that subscribe button over there. Like this video if you like it, and we will see you next time when gaming and the law intersect.